Peace. Peace, equanimity, equal-mindedness. What is peace? Although the world persists when a man is in deep sleep, does he have any cares concerning it? His mind is tranquil and refreshed. Should his mind be in the same degree calm and refreshed even when he is face to face with the world and is active therein? Then there is peace. Can the mind remain so even when the world confronts us? It depends upon our estimate of the world. The mind is more excited when one's own property is plundered than when another's property is similarly plundered. Of one's own things, a loss of one thing causes greater concern than those of another. Why? Because our estimate of the things is the cause of the degree of the delight or anxiety concerning them. Therefore, should one learn to regard all equally, the mind will be extremely peaceful. Or should all things be considered as our own and highly prized? Then too there is no cause for pain. Why? What will a man regret? The mind which knows that universal concern is beyond its capacity must needs become tranquil. Also, when one feels that one has no claim on anything or that everything is perishable, the mind will remain cool. Thus there will be lasting peace if one looks on all as of the same value. Peace is dependent upon one's intellectual appraisals. I shall now illustrate this. A man wakes up from a dream. His mind is happy or troubled according to his opinion of the things seen in the dream. But on waking, his mind remains unaffected by all the happenings in the dream. It remains the same. Why? Because only now his mind has learned to value all the matters of the dream equally. He is not sorry for the cessation of the dream. Why? He is convinced that the dream is not everlasting and must end on waking. In the same manner, should a man be convinced that he cannot but wake up some time from the long dream of the world, his mind will be unchanging. It is the state of freshness. This is the state of peace. This is not to say that his relation with the world will cease. Now only peace and freshness of the mind are his. His actions cannot but vary according to circumstances. The only change in him after the mind has become peaceful is this. His mind has known the truth and become unattached. Therefore, it rests in peace. His actions, though changeful, will always be impartial. But the actions of others are changing and cannot be impartial. Thus the coolness of the mind produces enormous good, not only to himself, but also to the world at large. Peace shows the way to right conduct. A man walks with a lighted lamp in his hand. Can there be any hostility between the light and the ups and downs on the way? There cannot be. But light and darkness cannot be together. The light chases away darkness. It discloses the ups and downs on the way and makes the man walk carefully, whether he moves up, down, or sideways. It removes the cause of vain complaints, such as, "That snag hurt my foot," or "This hollow made me slip." Similarly, after peace is gained, the state of peace makes the man neither hate nor antagonize the world. Rather, it dispels the darkness which conceals from our view the true nature of the world and its snags. In the absence of the light of peace, which enables people to adjust themselves to varying circumstances, they condemn the world as full of misery, as they would complain of the snags on the road. Therefore, a man who has gained the utmost peace after knowing the world as a complicated dream should not be considered either unrelated to the world or unconcerned with its activities. He alone stands in effective concord with it. Only he is competent to be a man of action. Thus peace is that which regulates one's duties. The concern of a man of peace and the actions of the world lies in rectifying them. Should he feel fear before this world, what hope of reformation can there be, especially from those who esteem it and want to possess it? They are in the grip of selfishness, blind to impartiality. To guide the blind on the way or treat the blindness of the eye, one's eyesight must itself be good. Similarly, it is for him to reform the world who has already discerned his unchanging nature from the changeful nature of the world and become peaceful. These cannot help serving the world. Why? Can anyone be so hard-hearted as not to lift up a child when it slips and falls? So also for the wise ones who can rightly appraise the troubles of the world and help the people. Because he has already withdrawn himself from the mind and body, the sage feels no concern under the strain of service to the world, just as the life principle does not suffer, even when loaded carts pass over the corpse it has left behind, by itself. He will not shrink from work or trouble. Only truly realized peace can bestow such courage and coolness. To all appearances, peace will look poor and quite weak, but in effect, it beats all. In tenacity and courage, it surpasses all. After all, success depends on these qualities. Even if Mount Meru should topple over, the incident will hardly produce a gentle smile in the man of peace, or it will leave him unmoved. This state is helpful both for worldly and spiritual matters. True happiness in the world is his, and that happiness comes out of release from bondage. Peace means doing good to anyone in any manner. The obstacles to peace are several. They are meant to prove the man. When they confront us, we should be wide awake and keep the delicate flower of the mind distant from even their shadows. If the flower of the mind is crushed, it will lose its fragrance, freshness, and color. It will neither be useful to you, nor can it be presented to others, nor offered to God. Know that your mind is more delicate than even a blossom. By means of a peaceful mind, all your duties to yourself, to others, and to God must be discharged. Let it release the same freshness throughout. All blessings for the mind are contained in peace. Unremittingly worship the God of yourself with the flower of your mind. Let the children of the mental modes watch this worship. Gradually they will learn to cast away their childish pranks and desire to delight like yourself. As they watch your peace, they will themselves recoil from their vagaries. Continue the worship patiently. Be not led away by the vagaries of the mind.